God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast, the 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games, no swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom, and handle my business.
It's Madden NFL 23, and the spotlight is on Najee Harris. He had a great week last week, well over 100 on the ground with a score. It's the Texans and the Falcons, all that and more, coming up next.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. And look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 14 carries, 135 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try to get something established and get things moving.
That's crazy.
And they got this down to about the 12-yard line.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
Now Geno on first down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for nothing. Smith throwing again. This is caught. And the Texans are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Again, it's Harris. And he will again go backwards as they drive him back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now it's Smith. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So
And they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Myers' kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So here are the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. They'll be led out by a familiar face. This is Houston's first-round pick, of course, back in 2017. Deshaun Watson. Faking the give. Now Watson. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Finding space at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The end result, 21 yards. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. The numbers a week ago for Cook. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
On second down, it's Cook again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
On fourth down, Watson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on fourth down. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on fourth.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there, making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's fourth down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Falcons at 3-5, 2 games under 500. And they were losers the last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Palmer. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. That's again complete to Palmer. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game. And it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown. Deshaun Watson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. Harris running straight ahead. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Looking for Shepard deep. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Smith. And he's got room. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. A look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Myers' kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to the Bears, but they lead things here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Here's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Well, nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Touchdown, Falcons! 14-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Gino. On the right side, open is Gesicki.
Oh, this game is so garbage, dog. It's like unbelievable.
Inside the 10.
Golly.
A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. That was tremendous effort, especially after the catch. Breaking through tackles, fighting for extra yards.
So was that just great effort, or were there a lot of missed tackles?
Yeah, the defense did help him a bit.
Yeah, they certainly did, but let's focus on the positive. He made it happen.
They'll try and run with Harris. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point. So, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Najee Harris with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
On first down, it's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man, complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now it's Watson. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect it. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in coverage. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And able to find Gesicki as tight end. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Smith on first down.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
It's crazy, man.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Myers' kick is good, and they have regained the lead. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is what we trust him for. This distance, he can hit it. And he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Fielded right around the 8. So we have reached halftime. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And the Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
To throw again on second down. Watson, he's going to let it go again. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Falcons.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he is into the end zone as that pushes the lead up to 6. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just letting you know, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Smith. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Smith. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Off of play action. Here's Smith. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Little out route here, complete to Shepard. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. The 20.
No pressure at all.
Goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big pickup of 38.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. On the give, this is Harris.
Niggas getting hit off the ball.
Touchdown. Najee Harris with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Watson now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it.
Went straight through, dude. This game is like literally unbelievable.
Both levels doing their jobs.
Golly.
Helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the fourth quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
Where is my dude, dog?
But only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Yeah, they ain't got the superstar.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And 3 yards there takes him to the 4. Now Gino. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a first down carry for Harris to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Literally running through my team.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get back now here on EA Sports. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter play. From the 36, Smith. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Falcons are right back in this football game. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. To throw is Watson. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
On 1st and 10, Watson. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 25 yards that time.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And these niggas is coming straight through my line, dog.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster,
in my D-line,
second and goal, back even further. And he slides and covers up at the end.
Give me that love. If I invested in my D-line, give me that love.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Watson.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. But Houston's offense taking over again. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Pressure.
And the throw left sideline.
No
here is
pressure
caught, but
at all.
Incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Smith an
Two
incomplete
superstars,
pass on
X
1st down.
factor.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
No pressure.
They hand this off to Harris. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did. It came through with a big-time pick 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out comes Houston.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Smith. Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
My initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
No pressure at all. Like, it's old. 3rd and 7, just no pressure, bro. X Factor ain't even moved. Like, it's crazy.
Football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again is Smith.
And that's into the hands of Gesicki.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now Smith. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now it's Smith.
No pressure. Look, just sitting there. It's bold, dog. Like, it's unbelievable. 2 superstars and an X Factor. You'll get no pressure on these niggas.
The Falcons 35. Smith now to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Smith. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Smith.
This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to get it back to a 1-score game.
Myers' kick is good.
And that'll move it back within 6 now. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect. And he executed so well.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook.
Blew my line
This has
up.
been a familiar sight
Just
all afternoon
literally
as
blew
they stop
my line
him
up.
behind the line.
These 87, 86, nigga, 90. Like, it's unbelievable what the computer do, bro.
Here we go on 4th. Watson is going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no place. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
These are the spots this stage of the game where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And that is incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration, but now he's got to make sure that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming.